Climate change is a new normal. It's not just about protecting the environment, it's about protecting ourselves. Now is the time to care, time to do our share. Isang makakalikasang umaga. Once again, welcome to the Climate Change Advocacy Campaign launching. To start off, we request everyone to please rise for the invocation to be led by the Mindanao University of Science and Technology Gintong Amihan Diakshu, followed by the singing of the national anthem.
Bawat huni ng ibon sa pag-ibig ng amihan, walis mo'y aking natatandaan. Padampi ng umaga sa lamig kong kalamnan, himig mo'y pangarap kong hagkan. Panginoon, ikaw ang kasipulan ng buhay, puso'y nag-iisay, kailan pa man.
We are very pleased to have all of you here in this timely campaign of protecting our environment and ourselves.
We extend our warmest welcome to the following participants. Please stand to be recognized. We have Attorney Susan Lorea, ARD of Napolco. Thank you for coming in. Dr. Sabdullah Abubakar, RD of EMB. Director Ninian S. Aceves of PhilPost Mindanao. And Station Manager, Dinas Gualberto, Radyo ng Bayan, DXIM. Okay, we also have government agencies and schools and the media outlets here. We have the Philippine National Police, PCG, NICA, NICA. We have the Energy, OWA, Marina, MOSCA, Pilipinas Natin Iligan, CAAP, PhilHealth, DOT10, TOG10, City Council, PhilPost, SSS Cagayan de Oro, DILG, RTC PPBC, OCD10, Kedampur, PCOO Pilipinas Natin, Napolco, NICA, NTC PRO10, DSWD, DAR, NPA, PPA, DOJ, Region 10, PCC, 4ID, DBM, OCD, Cagayan Water District, NADA, LTO, and we also have our schools from COC Pinma, Xavier University, Liceo de Cagayan, and MUST. We also have our media outlets. We have the Philippine Daily Inquirer, we have the Business Week Mindanao, Sports and Balita, Sunstar, GRA, Golden Banner, Katarungan News Weekly, Mindanao Daily, DXKO, Magnum Radio, Business Week, Energy FM, Mellow Touch, DXIM Radyo ng Bayan. Thank you for coming.
And to get to know more on what we're advocating for, and to give us this opening message, may we call on the Regional Director of the Environmental Management Bureau of the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, Region 10, Dr. Sabdullah C. Abubakar.
My due respect to Delma River, the Regional Director of the Philippine Information Agency, members of the media, government agencies, other stakeholders, good morning and assalamu alaikum. First of all, I welcome you to the launching of the Climate Change Advocacy Campaign. This is a global interest. Everybody, even in the barangay level, must work together to avert at least. We have to adapt or minimize or mitigate climate change. So there were series in an international forum that has been made just to address climate change. Last February, I attended the Regional Forum for Asia and Pacific for 3 years in Indonesia. So our concern is to mitigate and at least minimize methane, which is more on the solid waste management. And happened also just last month, they attended the Global Forum on Environment that is based on the sustainable material management on the EPR. And I think this is a new event that we must have to self-responsibility to the producers of any waste based on the polluters pay principle. But with this, there is a need for us to at least launch this advocacy. But with your respect, I am here to represent the regional director of the Bulton Town, who is attending the conference right now. So it is my privilege to read to you her message. So to read this message, allow me to read his piece. Today marks another milestone in campaign to address the growing problem of climate change. We are formally launching the climate change advocacy campaign spearheaded by the Department of Environment and Natural Resources in collaboration with the Philippine Information Agency. The nationwide advocacy campaign is a brainchild of our Honorable Secretary Ramon G.P. Pahid. Climate change is one of the concerns of the DENR and the Republic Act number 9729 or the Climate Change Act of 2009. The DENR represented by Secretary Pahid is part of the advisory board of the Climate Change Commission. Allow me first to thank you for embracing this momentous event. Your presence manifests your deep concern and willingness to do your share as stewards of God's creation. Let me give you a background on the climate change advocacy campaign. The advocacy campaign aims to weaken apathy to climate change and popularize and strengthen adaptation and mitigation measures in response to climate change. It is also aimed at inspiring and motivating active cooperation and participation, particularly the youth, and to foster partnership with public and private communities like academia, local government units, media, civic organizations, and the other stakeholders. Climate change is the resulting environmental impact, and all environmental concerns and agenda are in ways connected to climate change. Through the advocacy campaign, we want to change the mindset of the people. We encourage cooperation and participation for our own protection. The advocacy campaign is not only about protecting the environment, it is about protecting ourselves. I would like to inform you that for the advocacy campaign, we have partnered with the youth group, Filipinas Natin. Representatives from the group joined the media advocacy and workshop on the development of Broadcasters Manual for Climate Change held last July 9 to 11, 2014 in Initaw, Misamis, Oriental. It was also attended by members of the media with PIA and DENR personnel. In collaboration with PIA, they successfully conducted a mangrove tree planting last July 5. The activity was part of our World Environment Day celebration. Some 5,000 mangrove propagules were planted by more than 800 participants from various sectors of the society. We are truly grateful for our active participation in the activities I have earlier mentioned. As part of the program for today, we will be unveiling the slogan of the Climate Change Advocacy Campaign. We also have a commitment wall for you to write your individual contribution to climate change adaptation and mitigation. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask you to be with us in promoting climate change adaptation and mitigation. Moreover, we must do our respective roles, since caring for the environment is a shared responsibility. Together, we can make a difference. Thank you at mabuhay tayo lahat. So, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum.
Ladies and gentlemen, our climate change demanded brand logo, nagbabago na ang panahon, panahon na para magbago. Let's give her a round of applause.
Good morning once again. So we're about to present here, actually these were already mentioned part of this during the speech of Director Abu Bakar. These are our guiding points in developing this campaign. So we are going to provide a thematic advocacy brand as focal agenda for all DENR's environmental programs and efforts. Under our agreement with DENR, we will be addressing the 4 priority areas. These are the solid waste management, the National Green Program, geohazards, and climate change itself. So the campaign intends to weaken public apathy to climate change concerns. Some of our communities, some of our people, sometimes wala silang pakialam, di ba? So I don't want to make any change. But we are going to address that. We can publish apathy to environmental agenda. And we're going to popularize and strengthen adaptation and mitigation measures in response to climate change, inspire and motivate active participation with the prescribed behaviors and efforts. And of course, we're going to facilitate partnerships with public and private communities. That's why we're here. We invited you because we want you to support. We're asking your support for this campaign. What is our mindset? Our mindset when we prepare this campaign is apathy is now a thing of the past. So we need active participation, cooperation and participation for our own protection. And of course, the adaptation capability to build resiliency. So we have disasters come, so we have no choice, but we have to be resilient about it. And of course, what are the mitigation measures to protect ourselves and environment? So ano po ba ang ating strategy? So we are going to position and engage the youth as active proponents. So nakita nyo, we invited the schools, and we have the Pilipinas natin to be our partners in the youth advocacy. Value and behavioral formation to the near future generation. Kinsa man yung near future generation. These are our youth. Kita din naman the near future generation, di ba? So, then, alignment of other environmental agenda to climate change advocacy, the high branding presence and visibility. That's why we made this, hindi lang ito nangyayari sa Cagayan de Oro, in Region 10, but in all other regional offices of PIA. And we are found in 16 regions, always together with our partner DENR. Environmental effort is cool. It is the in thing. So we want to establish that. Intensify participation of school communities and strengthen partnerships and cooperations with other institutions, organizations, and groups. Ano ba ang aming operational message flow? So ito yung guide namin when we develop this, our materials. It's the new normal. We have to accept that. It is not just about protecting environment. It's about protecting ourselves. Kung may dumating na calamities, by protecting our environment. So it is time to care, and it is time share. Next slide. So that's why, kanina lang, no? Ito yung aming climate change thematic brand logo, yung in-unveil kanina ng ating mga DENR officials. So ito yung ating logo. Then we have other thematic brand logo, no, that we can find. No? Next slide. So, if you notice, may mga specifications pa yan. Because whatever is used at the national level, we are also using it pati font size, pati color. So yun, para unified ang campaign, hindi kami kanya-kanya, di ba? So we have also support endorsement statement. Kaya, nagbago na ako, nakalagay. Kaya sabi ko, sure ba? Nagbago na ako. So yun, this is a support endorsement statement. No? Nagbago na ako. Then at the back, ng aming t-shirt, nakita nyo kanina sa mga bata na nagsayaw dito, ayaw magbabago na, nagbabago na ang panahon na para magbago. Okay? So we have different t-shirt conditions. No? May color, pare-parehas din kami niyan. Then we have special designs. Then, yung suot namin ngayon, no? Yung t-shirt na yung edition na to. Then, even with our print ads, tomorrow, you will be able to see it. And Sunstar, Mindanao Daily, and Business Week. So we have already placed ads. Then, for our regional activation activities, this is one, the launching. And we have the tactical reinforcement of this is a tactical reinforcement of the national campaign. We have also operational implementation of the advocacy as per regional implementation plans. Now for Region 10, we have a combination of above the line. When we say above the line, these are the conventional media, the radio, TV, print. And of course, we will be also using the social media. And our below the line, this is the organization of youth advocates. Our efforts also to advocate to the information officers of all the provinces under Region 10. So aside from that, we will be soon have our audio streaming using a radio because the Mindanao directors agreed to have the one radio. No? So, but it is internet based. No? So also another one is the campaign exposures and presence, the poster cooperation. So I mentioned that. Of course, logistics mobilization and support for camps, campus tours, and other activities. Mobilization and recruitment for the environment groups, which will adopt a single name nationwide. Popularize and encourage membership to the Facebook page. We will soon launch that. And popularize Alert Pinoy app. We are still working this with the telcos, with the telecom company. So we are going to use this whenever the operation in the area. So we have also brand reinforcement. So of course, tapos na tayo sa branding and kick-off. It happened last June 5. So kaya lang hindi pa namin pinakilala yung aming brand. Kasi hinantay pa namin ang aming national office to first launch the program. So branding and kick-off also of environmental tagging, adoption of department award, utilization of central Facebook, and the regional activation efforts. So for the tree branding and kick-off, promote tree planting as DENR's flagship program implemented by NGP, and we have to launch new brand identity of tree planting. So with that, the kick-off tree planting season, kasi nag-start na siya magulan, so pwede na. And we want to institutionalize tree planting brand, and we call it Punuan. Okay, so yun na, Punuan. It is a tree planting brand of this campaign. we are aware that we should plant around based on DNR, we should plant 1.5 billion trees in 6 years starting 2011. Nasaan na ba tayo? Diba? So it will be planted in 1.5 million hectares. No? So in Region 10, our challenge is to plant in 46,365 hectares. Okay? See you next. So this is a two-pronged advocacy tagging, our strategic presence and visibility for the campaign. This is also a strategic implementation to strengthen brand equity. For the institutional, we will be putting ang lugar na ito ay makakalikasan. Depende sa criteria. The criteria will be determined by DNR. So we're going to place this in schools, offices, establishments. Now, dapat ma-declare ka na makakalikasan. For environmental is kalikasan. No? It is a merged phrase of kaligtasan and kalikasan. So the objective is to create appreciation and natural elements and environments. The trees, the forest, mountains, rivers, lakes, and others. So the tagging activity is to popularize comprehensive facts of environment's benefits. So it's tactical reinforcement to the campaign's objective of weakening apathy to environmental agenda. So all our designs come from the Central Office PIA. So ito yung ating advocacy goal brand of DNR is kalikasan, kaligtasan natin. So we have other environmental tags. So next. So these are series of materials. And this one, teka muna, yung sa dagat mo, sa dagat. Okay, I love this. Alam mo ba, butas yung gitna eh. Kuha na siya. May bangag na siya sa kaliwala. So we're going to put that in partnership with the LGU. So, kung makita nyo, kalikasan natin. So, pakikita nyo yung dagat, no? Protecting the seas. Okay? So, iato nang itungod siya dito sa dagat. So, we have already identified some areas here, dito sa east ng Isor, na may nakita na kami. Then, another billboard concept is, baka tingnan siya, no? Pwede mag-selfie dyan. Sa taliwala, baka na siya. Pero syempre, itungod na dito sa forest. Kaya ito mag-ibot ang pangalagaan natin ang ating kagubatan. But later on, siguro mag-question mo, puro ba na Tagalog? But later on, we will be translating this, no? Pero I know a lot of us understand Tagalog kay sumusunod ba yan tayo sa mga teleserye. So that's why, yun, siguro yan ang ginamit. Even our inventar, meron din kami design next. Yan. Sa next, aming mga advocacies. Okay. Next. Okay. Okay, for our Facebook page, we will have a central Facebook page, no, for publics and DNR's environmental agenda. We have online support mechanism as tactical support for various activities and events. And we will be putting there the climate change literature, information updates, and relevant discussions. We will popularize adaptation and mitigation measures and the utilization for social media activation, the Selfie Echo and the Echo Watch. So facility for various entities, the LGUs, institutions, regional offices, organizations, to showcase and promote respective environmental activities and efforts. So ilalagay po natin yun sa Facebook page. We will be informing you as soon as we will launch this. Then for the Kaligtasan Award, that will come later, so we'll adopt an umbrella award brand for DNR's various recognitions institutionalize the award plan to strategically heighten DENR's recognition and appreciation of environment-friendly entities and efforts. So, patuloy ang ating tactical reinforcement for environmental compliance. So, example, example of how we're going to acknowledge those who are will be awarded this, will given this award. So, to summarize, ito po yung ating campaign for those communication people, for those information officers, siguro makita na natin to, ano? So, this is the campaign operational matrix. We have the thematic advocacy brand. Nagbabago na ang panahon na para magbago. Then we have the program brands, which is the punuan, no? For the National Green Program, which is the flagship program of the agency, of DENR. At wala naman tayong Manila Bay dito, they have just launched their Manila Bay campaign. So nilagay lang dyan para makita natin yung relationship ng campaign. And of course, the tactical reinforcement, as mentioned kanina, yung kalikasan, hindi napalitan din. The regional activities and efforts, no? So yun ang nagiging ating operational, reinforcements. So with that, as advocates, we understand, we believe that the mere fact that you're here, as advocates, let's join hands in this climate change advocacy.
We highly encourage everyone to take active cooperation and participation in these activities for our own protection, as well as mitigate measures to protect ourselves and the environment. Aside from that, we also encourage everyone to promote tree planting and be part of the tree planting season. Let us also make proper use of social media in protecting our environment and further protect our children's children. Now, you are about to see the campaign materials and advertisements to be shown in the national television by the major broadcast networks.
Ang climate change ay nagaganap na. Painit na ng painit ang panahon.
Ang tagtuyot ngayon, sobra-sobra naman ang init. Tag-ulan naman ngayon, sobra-sobra naman ang ulan. Ang aming mga pananim, hindi po kami umaani dahil sa haba ng tagtuyot po rito sa sobrang tubig po, sa amin ay bumabaha rito at saka aming mga pananim ay nalulubog at saka hindi namin napag-aanihan po.
Patindi na ng patindi ang mga bagyo.
Hindi nga ordinaryo yan, talagang dilubyo na talaga yung bagyo na yan. Kaya ngayon na ako nakaranas ng bagyo na yan. Ang dami na ang bumagyo doon sa kanina nagpapakasira ng bahay. Pasalamat na lang kami na wala sa amin na namatay.
Dahil sa climate change, kalusugan, kaligtasan, kabuhayan at kalikasan natin ay nalalagay sa peligro.
Ano mang sasabihin mo at terminolohiya na gagamitin mo, climate change man o iba, the fact remains that tumitindi na ang ating mga bagyo. Mas umiinit na yung mga panahong tag-init. Maulan ang mga panahong tag-ulan. What needs to be done is really for everybody to do something from the level of the household, to the community, to the municipality, to the province, and to the nation. It cannot be just nation, it cannot be just province. It has to be all of this. And then, yung preparations na ito has to be engineered so that complementary sila. That is the real response that we are looking at. It cannot be just from government.
Nagbabago na ang panahon. Panahon na para magbago.
Paano natin dapat tratuhin ang climate change bilang isang bansa? Dapat ititingnan natin na tayo'y papunta sa isang digmaan. At tuwing pupunta ang isang bansa sa isang digmaan, imobilize natin lahat ng necessary resources to win a war. Whether it's financial resources, human resources, reserves ng tao, not just as a threat, but the Philippines should regard climate change as an opportunity. Because in fact, napakaraming opportunities na dinadala itong climate change. Sama po dyan yung pagpapanibago ng ating mga lipunan. Paggamit ng mas malinis na enerhiya, renewable energy, pagpapaganda ng ating transport system para ito ay maging efficient at environment friendly, pag-secure ng ating food sources, ng ating water resources. Itong buong problema ng climate change ay kailangan tignan ng Pilipinas bilang isang pagkakataon. Pagkakataon na lagaan ng kalikasan, bigyan ng lunas ang kahirapan, at higit sa lahat ay magkaroon tayo ng pag-asa na magkaroon tayo ng isang mas magandang bansa para sa isang mas magandang kinabukasan para sa mga kababayan natin.
Napapanahon ng mapaghandaan at mapangalagaan ng ating kaligtasan at kabuhayan sa hamon ng bagong panahon.
So far what we are trying to do here is now to combine different approaches. One is plant breeding, the other one is improved crop and water management to have an overall improved resilience to climate extremes. So this is one strategy to really improve the resilience of rice production, meaning through plant breeding, through providing new varieties with higher resistance to flooding, and also think in terms of drought or other problems. And so far we have to couple these improved varieties with improved crop management.
Alamin at gawin ang mga napapanahong paraan ng pamumuhay at kahandaan.
Pinakauna, dapat anda yung local communities. Pangalawa, siguro yung zoning ordinances. Kung walang tao sa vulnerable areas, wala mamamatay. Torre de Salbay, meron tayo 10,076 na dati nakatira sa loob ng Mayon na inalis natin. At nandun sila sa mga resettlement centers. Ang pangatlo po continuous training ng community. Dapat community-based disaster preparedness. At kailangan ipasok mo sa puso nila, katawan nila, sa habit nila, yung kapasidad. Kasi pag nandiyan na yan, tinatamaan na yan, wala ako doon. Kasi hindi man po pwede kami mag-rescue kung kami mismo mamamatay din. You should be able to localize capacity. In fact, not localize, personalize the capacity.
Makiisa sa mga adhikain at tumulong sa mga gawain upang mapangalagaan at pagtibayin ang ating kapaligiran.
Dahil nga irreversible na yung kondisyon dulot ng climate change, kailangan din natin ng extra unification lalo na ng mga tao. Dahil irreversible siya, kailangan natin ng something unique at ito yung pagkakaisa ng mga kababayan natin. Kaya hindi kumukupas yung ideya ng bayanihan. Tulong-tulong yung mga kababayan natin, tayong lahat, dahil ginagawa natin ito para sa magiging kinabukasan, lalo na ng mga kabataan.
Ang pagbabago ng klima ay hindi natin mapipigilan. Ito ay dapat nating maunawaan. Kaya ika nga, the best way to beat climate change is through informed planning. Ang pagtatayo natin ng mga infrastruktura ay dahil sa tamang kalkulasyon, tamang plano, at nasa lugar na hindi ito tatamaan ng anumang sakuna. Oo nga po, umuunlad ang ating bayan. Subalit, hindi po pwedeng ang ating pag-unlad ay ikasisira naman ng ating kalikasan. Dapat, we have to grow sustainably. Gusto nating pagyamanin ang ating lupain. Subalit, we must develop it sustainably. Kaya po lahat ng ahensya ng gobyerno nagtutulungan para marating ang tinatawag nating sustainable development. Panahon na po para magbago tayo ng ating pamumuhay para sa ating kaligtasan at sa kapakanan ng ating kalikasan. Magandang araw po sa inyo lahat.
Nagbabago na ang panahon. Panahon na para magbago.
Dati wala namang ganitong kagrabing tagtuyot.
Dati po yun!
Epekto na po yan ng climate change. Panahon na po para makialam.
Dati, hindi naman tayo binabaha.
Dati po yun. Epekto na po yan ng climate change. Panahon na po para tumulong.
Nagbabago na ang panahon. Panahon na para magbago. Panahon na ang alamin ng mga paraan at tumulong upang pangalagaan ang ating kapaligiran.
May I request everybody to please stand? We offer you our thanks, God, our Creator, for this wondrous planet that is our home. We are moved to awe when we are touched by the beauty, complexity, diversity, abundance, and enormous scale of this world. This one small corner of your creation. On this gathering, O Lord, the launching of Climate Change Advocacy Campaign, we lift our heartfelt hopes for the health and sustainability for your earth and for all that dwells within it. We have read the news, O God, and we have seen the evidence of environmental problems ranging from local to global. We are deeply concerned and we want to find paths to healing. We lift up to our grief and our confusion in the face of these difficult problems. We feel pain and loss at the extinction of species. We feel anguish at spreading health problems. We know, O God, that many of the environmental problems that so concern us are not driven by personal choices alone. The state of the world is shaped by governmental policies, economic institutions, corporate deeds, social values, and diffuse cultural trends. While these are not matters of private choice, we do admit to our participation in these broader powers. These are difficult and changing times. The very rules of life and ethics are changing around us. We live in a world with an exploding human population and with astounding and powerful new technologies. We take heed of new scientific discoveries and discover fresh wisdom in ancient truths that were once thought stale. We are coming to realize that the very things we have held close to our hearts as normal, good and right, are now at the core of what brings death, destruction, and instability. Gracious and loving God, God of the Exodus and Spirit of the prophets, be with us. Do not allow us to turn away from the pain and confusion that surrounds us. Call us now, as you always have, to be engaged and relevant to this moment in history. Call us to the new visions, new understandings, and new relationships. Fill us with your deep forgiveness and lead us into life-giving hope. Grant us courage to face the challenges of this day. Holy Spirit, rejoice that you have moved within us and enriched our prayer. By your grace and power, we are forgiven and made new. By your love, we find healing for our hurt. And we are called to bring healing to your creation. We also commit ourselves for the protection of your creation. With hope and joy, we raise these prayers in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, who lives and reigns with you in the Holy Spirit, one God forever and ever. Amen.
To strengthen our campaign and ensure its success, we request everyone to please remain standing for the Norman Kaligtasan Pledge to be led by Ms. Lina Calves, OIC Regional Public Affairs Office of the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, Region 10, and Ms. Ruby Leonora Bastoy, Information Center Manager for Bukidnon of the Philippine Information Agency.
Please raise your right hand. We, the partakers to this climate change advocacy campaign, have come to join hands together today with a firm and common intent to take forward as defense forces, ready to shield our Mother Earth and our lives from the serious and immediate dangers of climate change. For the current history of abuse and utter disregard of nature, we affirm our commitment to care for the earth and to make our actions extraordinary, nourishing and life-giving, living as environmentally friendly individuals. For what we have observed and experienced, from the alarming results of weather extremes and variability, we recognize the task of becoming effective communicators and multipliers in influencing the communities to take responsibility in upholding green efforts for the protection and preservation of ecosystem, for the creation of environmental continuity on this amazing planet. We earnestly commit in educating, engaging, and empowering each other and the wider community in the restoration of disrupted Earth's balance for the welfare of its inhabitants.
We believe that the advocacy on climate change mitigation and adaptation is a moral imperative, not just to build people's resiliency, but to pursue development in the context of sustainability. For the light to glow for people's awareness and for them to perform actions on that new awareness, we sincerely raise our voices even louder to put a stop to greed and complacency. For the responsible and wasteful living that wreaked havoc on this Earth's system, we solemnly vouched to undertake massive movement, to live in mindful ways, and not to inflict more our habitat. We affirm as people of faith to set in motion towards the right direction of doing our part in co-creating a world that works for everyone and everything and not for our own personal gains. We are therefore one in forging our sincere vow to our Creator to go an extra mile of being good stewards of the earth for the present and future generations to have a healthier, safer, and secure place to live in. Thus, in this momentous and historic day, we sincerely manifest our oneness and strong commitment to embrace this sacred task to advocate in strengthening the advocacy for climate change mitigation and adaptation through this covenant. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You are indeed our great partners in promoting efforts in climate change adaptation and mitigation. We are also requesting everyone to sign up the Norming Kaligtasan pledge placed at the right side of the venue near the entrance. And as the program ends, we are looking forward to your support to this advocacy campaign. And for his closing message, may we call on the Head for Special Program Coordinator Office of the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, Ms. Esther Olavides.
Nagbabago na ang panahon. Panahon na para kapag. Sa inyong kanan, behalf of our devout tawan-tawan, mayong bunta sa iyong grame boto. Let me extend our heartfelt gratitude for sharing your valuable attendance or time for this important activity. It is really very important that we should be in one of this advocacy. And we can always make a difference if we unite, and we will be a partner in combating the effects of climate change. As R.D. Thelma Oliver said, there are several strategies wherein we should combat climate change. One of it is the solid waste management, the National Greening Program, which is one of the projects of our President Aquino, through the implementation of the DNR, the Geohazard and Climate Change Mitigation and Adaptation. Now, if you're going to focus on these four aspects, solid waste management is a very important concern that we should do, wherein we can do it right in our households, wherein we should practice segregation at source, and we should segregate our solid waste. Because even if how we unite in adaptation and mitigation, and if we don't practice ecological solid waste management, it will still add up to the climate change effect. And it is really very important that we should plant trees, because it absorbs carbon dioxide. And it is very strictly prohibited, and it is a no-no aspect to burn our solid waste. Ang basura, dili nato sunugon ang atong basura, kay mo-emit na siya o carbon dioxide that will lead us to one of the effects of climate change, and that is global warming. So, sa atong nga tanan, hinaot pa, dili lang ingon na magsugod na kakaron, because this is not the beginning, but this is our partnership to combat climate change, and that is, if there will be such effect, let us adapt and mitigate to that. Sa inyong nga tanan, maayong mundo, o daghan kayong salamat sa inyong presensya kami nga importante nga activity. Once again,
Environment and Natural Resources Regional Director, Ms. Ruth Tawan-Tawan. Thank you so much for your presence and active participation in this climate change advocacy campaign. We are hoping that our number will be doubled, tripled, until everyone will be able to say, nagbago na ako. Since nagbabago na ang panahon, panahon na para magbago. For a cool and trendy souvenir of this program, we have our photo booth near the entrance that you can check out. Copies will be given immediately after taking poses. We will also be distributing collaterals by table. While eating, please stay in your seats as we will be giving the collaterals by table. And once again, thank you so much, and you may now take your lunch. I'm your host for today, Lana Justine Lain of the Mindanao University of Science and Technology.